Good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing? I'm so thrilled to have you come and see me. Thank you to everyone listening to my videos and enjoying them. Share with a friend. So today, I think I have something very interesting. I'm trying to address maybe the new person who isn't aware of spirituality, and yet the advanced student who maybe has been studying on their path. So today I'm offering you a technique to increase your light quotient for ascension. You know, a lot of questions about ascension everywhere and about what it is. Oh, I have the shakes. Is that what it is? And symptoms and wanting to know, is this it? Is that it? Well, the most important thing to remember about ascension is you must become 51% harmless. And that's a word we'll talk about one day. What is harmless? And how do the greater masters see that? And how is that in your life? How do you become harmless even to yourself? It must be everywhere. But the second important thing is the quality of your light quotient. The greater light you have in your field, the higher consciousness you become, and you begin to have these new perceptions of the world. And one day you're going to wonder, how did I ever think that? Well, it's because you're raising yourself up in out of humanity. Yes, you and I, we are all human. But there is this spiritual body of light around us that beams out through every chakra that designates who we are and how we're feeling and how we interact with people. And the journey is really about, if you desire, to understand all that. And why does that exist? And how do I change that? So it's an interesting process, certainly fascinating to me all my life. But if I can begin to share a few things to get some of that curiosity ignited, then I think I'm beginning to do what God's asked me to come and do, is to awaken people. To awaken people is to get the spark that He and Mother gave you a long time ago deep in your heart, the threefold flame, that was to define and to remind you of who you are. It's a flame of yellow in the front of you, pink behind your right shoulder, and a beautiful light blue behind your left shoulder. And the more you work with it, the more fuller it becomes. And I'm being reminded, that's not what we're talking about today. That will be a different day, I'm sorry. But that's why it's all exciting. There's just so many pieces. And I sit here and I'm going, well, where do I go next? What's to be next? Well, today, this has taken me back to a technique I developed years and years ago. Usually every Wednesday or every Thursday night for all these years, I did an evening where friends of friends, all would come to hear me talk. And eventually it became Ascension classes, and we talked about Ascension things, and I gave techniques to develop that greater light. So today, that's what I'm going to share with you, one of them. And I've pulled out my Ascension bowl to enhance the experience, and we're going to do that first. And as we call it forth, it's going to bring a beautiful white Ascension pillar next to you from the hierarchy. And this is the white gold alchemy bowl that works in your higher order of who you are. And it will come and sit down on your right side. So why not, let's do that first and see how many of you can feel that. Ready? We're going to welcome Mother, Father into the presence of this room and into the presence of around everyone, whenever, at any lapse of time, who's beginning to watch this video. And we're going to call in Serapis Bey, he who watches over the ascension process and the hierarchy. And I'm going to chime this bowl and request that a beautiful white pillar of light of the ascension level come and sit next to everyone's right side. Here we go. Reach your hand out and feel it. Can you feel it? Can you sense it? Maybe some of you even see the light. Good. It's radiating to you. So now, I'm aware that each of you, hopefully, are aware of your chakra system. Root, second chakra below the navel, third chakra at the belly, the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. Within each of those chakras, there is a spin. So, on this night, I'm remembering, we were shown to see a diamond, two pyramids together. You can imagine it. I want you to know the top would spin one way in this exercise, and the bottom would spin the other. So, everybody got that? You want to imagine two four-sided pyramids together within the chakra. Wow, do you see that light lit up just as I held it up there? Woo! It's shifting. I'll do it again. See if you see the aura shift. See how the light gets more intense. So, well, what do we do now? We're going to focus on the color of the two different triangles. So let's imagine first, we'll practice. Let's imagine the top pyramid is yellow and that the bottom pyramid is blue. Yellow, blue. And we'll do it in your throat chakra. Okay? The top pyramid will spin clockwise. And the bottom pyramid will spin counterclockwise. So now the question is, well, how fast do I do it? Well, I'm going to suggest that you start slow and see what it makes you feel. So let's first only move the top that's yellow. So imagine the two pyramids together and begin. Remember that energy follows thought. We're going to know that that top chakra begins to move clockwise. It is so interesting, for I'm so much more light now. I want to do a tone with it. But let's first see how the experience of this works for you. Yes, someone's asking me, can I go really fast? I don't suggest it right away. I want you to honor the power that this is. And just gently, and then just gently do a little quicker. Eventually, it will do it on its own. So let's let it show you. Let's let it become the teacher for a moment. All right? Taposho. Just let it move there in the inner depth. Does it make a color? Does it give you a feeling? What is it doing? Does it do anything? Or does it do nothing? So I am going to go ahead and give a tone, and I'm going to let you join me. Hashabu. So just gently, we're going to sing the vowel E. While it's spinning. And now I want you to take your thought away from that and let it stop. You may not remember exactly how you felt, so if you have that notebook, I told you to have near you, write down things you're feeling. Because just that little bit has made your entire aura move quicker. Ever so gently. And you must not forget to do the rooting process so that you can have it anchored into the earth. So I will just gently encourage all of you to move your energy down into the earth more. And we're going to begin to work with the blue, separate than the yellow. And it's going to go the opposite direction, the blue. Spinning. First gently, hata hata apa, hata 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 apa. You can join me with that mantra they're saying. Hata 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 apa, 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 hata 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 apa. Hata 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 apa, hata 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 apa. And how does that make you feel? And if you wish and are willing, let that remain in your consciousness so you don't forget how to do it. And now let's do them together. I suggest a week for a chakra. So for this week, till next week, only do your throat. And please be gentle. It's not by the end of next week you're going to be going 100 miles an hour. Your whole aura cannot handle that yet. But it is a gentle work. One for you to begin to observe gentle things about yourself. How are you thinking different? Are you holding your shoulders back? Is your channel becoming more defined within you? Do you find that you're rooted longer? This is a beginning. This isn't top of the line. But let's do them together gently. The yellow going clockwise, the blue going counterclockwise. In the throat, ayata. What is it that happens in the throat chakra? Perhaps we should discuss that. The front of your throat is how you express God. So you might find yourself having a desire to speak differently and about things differently. The back of the throat chakra, which is also, since you're in the middle of it being affected, it is how you love yourself, how you accept yourself, seeing the best you can, being in the moment. So if you wrote those things down, these are the things that working with this technique in this chakra will bring for you. Let's remember, top pyramid. You don't have to have them. You can imagine them. I just wanted these to show you. Clockwise, and this one goes this way. It's hard to do with my wrist. I had crushed my wrist about 1.5 years ago, and it's pretty much normal except for things like this. I was in Mount Shasta doing the tour, and new stargates had been opened since, I guess we could say, they were hacked what the universe had before. And I took them to a special place, which I won't say. And I looked up, and the light, it was a stargate. It was just radiating at me. And I just was pulled to walk towards it. Stumbled on the twig, and there I was, flat, with my hand crushed. So it's been a journey. This we never thought would happen again. So there are miracles. All these bones were crushed. So, thank you, heaven, for that. But how are you feeling? Can you feel the upliftment just from bringing intention of the light to your throat? Simple things, simple things make big differences. So I'm going to mark today's day down as Thursday. Next Thursday, we'll discuss the next chakra and do it together. How's that? And I'll have the bowl, and we'll rebring in the pillar of light, call forth Serapis Bay. And I can't wait to even have the impression of what you might discover about yourself this week. And anyone who's later than today doing it, please honor the process. This is how you be harmless to yourself. You must honor processes that are given to you and not overdo them or forget to do them. It works both ways. A lot of people receive a lot of things and put it on a shelf and never look at it. Well, what do you think Spirit thinks about that? You're never given more than you can handle, but until you handle what you've been given, you don't get any more. Interesting lesson to contemplate when you're on your journey of your path to move more into the light that you've been given from that threefold flame from the beginning. It's been given to each and every one of us. And what we do with it and how we move on our path is our choice and our decision. Yes, it's true. Mother, Father watch over you every millisecond, but they do not interfere because they gave you free will. If you need them, you need only ask. But it's up to you. All of it's up to you. To the point when you begin to let them be a part of your journey and become the vessel to allow them to work through you. This is the answer. This is the goal. This is the fulfillment. If you have that ache inside of you that you want to belong and become, you must know it isn't from an egotistical place. is from a place of love inside of yourself for your own beingness. You may remember many masters have been called back to the earth like you and myself, and we've had to reawaken, do all the steps again to find ourselves. 93% of our power was taken from us, because otherwise it wouldn't have occurred, because this is the time for us to help others to discover ascension and discover ourselves to help the earth. It's all up to each of us and what we choose to become. But first we must know that it's possible and that it exists. So, and it is such an adventure, I have to say. Is everything always in its perfection? You would think, right? Not always, because we have choices. In the learning process, we must know that our thoughts manifest. Our thoughts draw to us what we want next week or tomorrow or a year from now to be. So how are your thoughts? You must become in control, into your mastery of your thoughts, to be able to create that which you want to walk into next week. Am I there? Not completely. I'm trying. I'm doing the best I can. I will learn every day when I sit here with you. It's how it works. Spirituality is repetitious. Know that is how it's been since the beginning. You must re-experience over and over again until one day a light bulb goes off. And towards the end, what happens as you move into your enlightenment, you'll remember, oh, I remember. I already am. I always have. And what a wonderful awareness it is. But then is it done? No, 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 no. It will never be done. We will always still be continuing our awareness, our understanding, and our love, which grows beyond what most of you can even comprehend at this point. But it's wonderful. So, for this subject, we will meet again next Thursday. I do not know the time. You'll have to, in how we are right now, look for the video. And this will begin a core piece of growing. And yes, it's a little challenging, maybe difficult. But who's willing? That's what it's going to find. And I hear a gentle, sweet laughter from the hierarchy. Who's really ready? Who's ready for more? So let's see what happens. Let your voice come out strong. And in your prayers, let Mother, Father know you're ready. You're ready to awaken. Very simple. Just awaken. So, I want to play my bowl. And beautiful light there with you will return to the heavens. But the wonderful thing is, it's your light waiting for you. How about that? Can't ask for much more than that. Because one of these days, soon, we're going to talk about faith. And how do you really find it? And believe in it. So, snow has stopped mostly, hopefully. I'm in Florida. It's still cold here. Colder than you get used to when you live here. So we've got the long johns out and the heat on all night. But I hope everyone, wherever you are, you're fine. And may a gold light of peace and harmony over your life occur for you. And may angels come to you at your request. You must only know to ask. Do the angels have the power to change things for you? Not at times when it's a lesson for you. They may help you move through the lesson. And what you really do learn is when something occurs, you ask, what do I need to learn here? Because everywhere is a lesson. And then life will start to become where there aren't as many lessons. And you walk in peace. So when you find yourself distracted or angry or pulled away, these are the things you need to work on. So, lots to do. It was wonderful to speak with you today. Enjoy your connecting pyramids. I will show you one more time. The top goes to the right and the bottom goes to the left. Then the spin within you will become very gentle. If you feel you're a real beginner, just do the top one at first. There are no have-tos. There's choices. So, here we go. Many blessings to you.